worked there for about a year, realized it wasn't the path that I wanted. And I read the famous purple book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that was really the first thing that really started setting me on my path to understanding kind of cash flow and financial freedom and really financial education. So after kind of bouncing around to a couple of different jobs in my early 20s, I landed in the mortgage business as a mortgage broker. And from there, I really got my true financial education, income, assets, liabilities, credit. And I ended up working with a number of different real estate investors that just owned, small 2 to 4 unit buildings, nothing large, but, some had, more than a few. So understanding how the cash flow process worked, that was my first entry into understanding the financial side of it and piqued my curiosity. By 2008, I got my salesperson's license as a real estate agent to better start understanding the asset side of the equation and really understanding what features and what construction types or different components of a property and what's important within a building process. And I also grew up in the trades. My dad was an electrician, and so I always spent summers generally working with him on job sites and helping him run wire and install things. So I was always around construction growing up, so it was a little bit in my blood. So by 2009, 2008, 2009, I started investing into my education and attending RIAs and real estate investment associations locally, just to understand the investment world a little bit more. I didn't get my salesperson's license to help Mr. and Mrs. Smith find a home. I did it to be able to understand cash flowing assets and real estate from a construction perspective a little bit more, instead of just the brief exposure I had as a teenager. So the next step was, the downturn came and the mortgage business was difficult. By about 2010, I started getting the itch again and started reviewing a lot of the information that I had learned through the RIA process, and started my education, my own personal education, and invested in a course and began studying that course and the systems and procedures that led me and my business partner into development. And that was 2011.